And we're live, hopefully, anyway. Yep, sound should be coming out okay. Test, 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 test. Yeah, I got my microphone set up here. Uh, so, I just gonna do a little unannounced um, stream, live stream, and someone mentioned that I'm trying to get away with doing this really quick in a previous announcement. Um, so usually these last pretty quick. Hey, Andre, how you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Well, is it afternoon right now? It's almost afternoon for me. It's 11:30 a.m. my time. Hey, Chicho. Hey, Christian. How are you doing? Doing good. These announcements, the Twitch sends them out. Speedy Gonzalez as soon as someone's online, eh? So basically, what I'm doing is doing a very quick little announcement just to let you guys know what the next four live streams are going to be, and I'm going to give you a little update at the end. Okay, so let's do the announcement of when the next scheduled live streams are going to be, and I've already set them up on Twitch. If you go to the events page, you'll see it. Good evening from Scotland. Good morning from Canada. Good evening to you, Malik. Malik, how you doing? Malik and J Rod. J Rod. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the way I'm supposed to pronounce that. Good to see you. Let's check it out. Okay, so let me give you guys the announcement of the next four live stream, and then I'm gonna read you a little update. Someone posted a comment on YouTube letting me know about the user agreement on Twitch, so I have to little adjust what I'm doing on Twitch and YouTube, but we'll figure that out. So here's the announcement. Here's the first live stream for this week. Okay, and let me do a little pop-up. And what we're going to do, because I've promised, and people have been asking me to make more the puzzle game that we did, the 10 by 10 math puzzle game. So the first live stream we're going to do on Thursday, March 29th. That's 2 days from now if you're watching this on Twitch, and I have to wait 24 hours until I load this on YouTube and BitChute. That's the update I have to give you guys. So basically, I'm not going to give the dates any how many days there are to the events. I'm going to give the dates from now on, because I have to do a little pause between uploading stuff based on the Twitch user agreement. So on Thursday, March 29th at 2:30 p.m. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to set up our grid to do our math puzzle. So what we're going to do, we're going to do what we did for that set of videos we put out, that we did we learned the multiplication table, and we did our 10 by 10 math puzzle. But what we had to do before that was to set up the grid on the wall. So what we're going to do on Thursday is set up the grid, and it'll be an open discussion. We'll just hang out and set up the grid, and if you guys want to talk about anything, we'll talk about it, because it takes me a little bit of time, not too long, to set up the grid. But I'm willing to hang out for as long as you guys want, if you guys want to talk about anything or whatnot. And we'll set up the grid on Thursday, March 29th at 2:30 p.m. Okay. Morning, Chicho. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well too, Tom. Hey, Chicho. Hope you're doing well. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much, Full Bloom. So that's our first stream this week. Okay, we're gonna set up our grid. Okay, and then 2 days later we're gonna do the puzzle. But the next day, let me take these guys down. On Friday at 10 a.m. we're gonna do personal finance. Okay, and what I want to do is, because we sort of did it with the math stuff, but we got lost in the math. So what I want to do for this one is, it is sort of going to be ASMR math and personal finance related, but it's going to be an open discussion on the economy. And what I want to do is basically deal with our current economic system, any questions you guys might have, what the future may hold. Basically, I want to take a look at what's going on in the economy, and what we'll end up doing is probably do some research, look at some charts if they come up. So any points that I'm trying to make, what we'll do what do you call it, display capture on my computer as well. So we'll do a little searching at the same time, and I might set up the whiteboard behind me and then go away from the display capture and do a little whiteboard action or whatnot. We'll figure it out. we'll 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 do whatever we can to have an open discussion on um, our current economic system. And I really want to gear that towards people who are looking to make sure you maneuver yourself properly for what's about to come. May it be in regards to automation, may it be in regards to different parts of the world, what's going on. So very broad stroke open discussion on the economy and personal finance, specifically how that's going to affect us on Friday, March 30th at 10:30 a.m. Okay, and we'll go as long as you guys want. And Sam is saying, hey Chycho, been a fan for a long time, glad I finally managed to catch a stream. Awesome, man. Thank you very much for the love. Thank you very much for being a fan. As you can tell, I do love creating this content. I do love the interaction. I'm learning a lot from this, really. Excellent Tuesday, Chycho. Hope to catch those future streams for sure. Hey LS, how you doing? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Now that's what we're going to do on Friday. We're going to talk about economics, how it relates to us, our economy, personal finance, and how we can prepare ourselves for what's coming. Okay, or try to anyway. We'll do a little research together. And then what we're going to do on Saturday, we're going to play our puzzle game, 10 by 10 puzzle game, pattern recognition game, because we're going to have our grid set up from Thursday. We're going to set up our grid. So on Saturday, March 31st at 11:30 a.m. we're going to play the game. And I'll make sure I'll set up, I'll have a lot of stickies. I'm going to go to the store, buy a lot of stickies and stuff so we can play as many games as you guys want. And we'll keep it going. We'll do as long as you guys want, and of course open discussion, anything you guys want to talk about, but we'll try to make it focused on the game, because I love playing this game, as you know, but I do phase in and out of it. But I think it's a good time to sort of just chill and doing a springtime game, I guess, right? And what we're gonna do so that's going to be on Saturday, March 31st at 11:30 a.m. And then on Sunday, okay, April 1st, we're going to do round 2 of the pattern recognition game, but this time we're going to do it at 10 p.m. just in case, if people that are living in different parts of the world, they can participate if they want to, right? So we're going to have 2 gaming days, 2 gaming streams, one on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and the other one on Sunday, April 1st at 10 p.m. Okay, and we're going to play our pattern recognition game. And if you know the games, if you've seen these videos on my channel, you can find these videos on my channel. If you do a little search on YouTube, they're not on BitChute. I haven't uploaded the previous stuff to BitChute yet. I will once I take a full-on X breaks. I'll do a lot of work on the background, but right now those videos are only available on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, you do ASMR math 10 by 10 math puzzle, and you do a chycho search on it, the game should pop up, as should how we set up the grid, this one as well, right? Because we did set up I did have to set up the grid, and I showed you guys how I use Pythagorean triangles to set up the grid, and that's basically the technique we used, or I used for like a decade doing geophysics field work. Okay, so those are the announcements. Those are the 4 streams that we're going to do this week. Okay, and let me kill these guys, and I want to read you something. Just a little update regarding what I had planned to do, because what I've told everyone that I was going to try to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but someone commented on my YouTube video, one of my YouTube videos, and I believe it was Vicious, and I think I don't know, hopefully Vicious will see this this video, but I'm personally hoping that he got his name from Cowboy Bebop, with the antagonist in Cowboy Bebop being Vicious. But just thank you for Vicious for pointing this out, because I hadn't, like most people, I don't really read user agreements of all the different platforms I belong to, and the forums and communities and stuff like this. You sort of, my take is I sort of join, participate, and I learn as I go. So this is something that I just learned. Vicious pointed it out that in the Twitch user agreement, this is what it states. So let me read you this, okay? And it's section 2.2 of the Twitch user agreement, and it says for live content exclusivity, Cowboy Bebop is great. Cowboy Bebop is amazing, really. And the soundtrack is absolutely brilliant. So is Samurai Champloo and Space Dandy, and the people who produced Cowboy Bebop, they produce a few other series as well. Absolutely amazing. The music on them is brilliant, brilliant, right? But as far as the Twitch user agreement goes, this is what they say, okay? This is section 2.2, and I read the whole Twitch user agreement after Vicious pointed this out to me, and it's a boring read, and every word has, you know, you have to look up certain words because they have legal implications. They mean something else in legal terms than they do in like everyday talk. So it's all these user agreements, they're just protecting their asses, and they want to make sure that if they have a platform, then they get first dibs on what we're creating. And I agree with that to a certain degree. So my assumption that I could live stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time was only the way I was planning on doing that was before they approved me for being an affiliate or something, to be able to create a revenue stream on Twitch. So as soon as they create the revenue stream on Twitch, then this user agreement, this part of it kicks in, right? So I hadn't adjusted for that, right? So again, thank you very much, Vicious, for pointing that out. But here's what it says in section 2.2, live content exclusivity, okay? Solely for any live audio visual work you choose to provide to us as user content, your live Twitch content, starting from beginning of the initial broadcast of any such live Twitch content and continuing for a period of 24 hours following the end of the initial broadcast of such live Twitch content, the exclusivity period. Such live Twitch content is exclusive to Twitch even as to you. During the exclusivity period of any live Twitch content, you will not or permit or authorize any third party to broadcast, stream, distribute, exhibit, and otherwise make available such live Twitch content in any manner. And it goes on a little bit beyond that, and the whole user agreement is much bigger, right? But this is the part that applies to me trying to live stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I should have read the user agreement. I didn't read the user agreement. Now that I know we can't live stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, not only that, I was sort of, as soon as I live streamed on Twitch, I was uploading these things, Speedy Gonzalez, on YouTube and BitChute at the same time, and the user agreement says I have to wait 24 hours. So for those of you watching on Twitch, you're gonna get these things right away because we're live streaming. For those of you watching on YouTube and BitChute or any other platforms that I decide to load on, share in the future, there's going to be a 24-hour wait from the end of the Twitch stream before you're going to be able to see it on the other platforms, maybe BitChute, YouTube, or anything else. And my apologies on that. I can't control that. That's beyond my control. And so that sort of puts a little snag into what I had planned to do with YouTube live streaming. So we're going to hold off on YouTube live streaming until, you know, until I figure something out. I might start doing some G-rated YouTube live streaming, just specifically maybe the language of mathematics, maybe math and real life stuff. But what we'll do, we'll stick with just live streaming on Twitch for now, and then 24 hours later we'll have the contents available on BitChute and YouTube. Hello Admiral, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Technically, you could publish it to a personal website. That's what Geek and Sanjo. Oh, really? I could publish it to a personal website. Okay, I'll have to wait until I have a personal website up, right? You know, I have to make sure I have the funds, because it takes a. I've done this before. I had my own personal website, and I try to cover things from that end, but it takes a fair bit of energy and it takes a certain amount of funds to do that. And I'm flying low budget right now, right? Until I can get a few different revenue streams coming in where I'm covering my expenses for these things, I'm gonna hold off until, you know, setting up my own personal website and hosting these things on my own streaming platform, I guess. Because that takes a certain amount of funds and it takes a certain amount of energy to create that, and I don't want to do the back end work myself. That takes a lot of work. So what I would like to do is have enough funds to hire someone, to bring someone aboard to be able to take care of that, right? So there has to be a revenue stream coming in that aspect, because if I'm bringing anyone on, I want to make sure that they're getting paid for their work. I don't want the work to be pro bono or anything like this. I'm willing to do the work myself because I love sharing the stuff. It's my creative outlet, and I will do this no matter what. But to bring someone else on board, for me, I feel like they should be compensated monetary wise for that. So thank you for that. I didn't know that. I was going to look into this further once we get a little deeper into this whole process. Hello, 84 OD. Hello, Odegar on 84. Can you give me any tips for getting girls? Sure. I put out a video about mathematics, why math is important. One of the reasons math is important is because intelligence is attractive, intelligence is sexy. So one tip I can give you if you want to attract girls or a partner is to improve your brain power. And one way to improve your brain power is to learn mathematics. And once you learn mathematics, you get a certain perspective on math, on the world through the lens of mathematics. You can do almost anything you want, really. Okay, just my little 2 cents. As that is your website, it wouldn't technically be third party. Which one's my website? YouTube is my website. Blogspot I'm using as my website, but that's Google, and I'm loading those stuff on YouTube. So I don't know. I don't think I can load the videos on YouTube, Malik. I don't think that'll work. Thank you, sir. I will read this book. I am tired of dating idiots, honestly. And you know what? People feel that way too. People are tired of dating idiots, right? Outward attraction, outward prettiness only goes a certain so far. If you get a box that's packaged up beautifully with flowers and nicely decorated, and it smells nice and all that jazz, it looks great. But once you open it up and there's crap inside the box, or some garbage inside the box, it's useless. You're not gonna hold on to that. You could get a package that's rough, ugly, beat up, and inside there's something beautiful. Man, you're gonna hold on to that forever. Intelligence is extremely attractive, okay, really, especially long term. Okay, that's my 2 cents. So that was my update regarding what we're going to do for this week, for the next 4 live streams. And I sort of had to switch this up. Initially I was going to do a 1-2 punch. I was going to do 4 1-2s. I was going to actually announce 8 live streams, but because of the user agreement, because I can't load them on to BitChute at YouTube at the same time, from what I understand, I'll look into this further once we get a little further into this whole process. I had to change it up, and I had to change it up to doing 4 live streams the way we've been doing it back, previously, for the last couple of months, I guess. And I do like that process. It's fun, keeps me on my toes. Okay. thank you for the subs, those people that subbed. Thank you for the cheer. Someone joined joined us. Woodbuck joined through Twitch Prime. Thank you for joining through Twitch Prime, Woodbuck. I'm trying to uh, recognize everybody that's joining and subbing, and those jewels from Twitch. The bits, I think they're called bits, uh, passing along bits and stuff. So thank you very much for the support, everyone. Be open-minded, my dude, and part of intelligence is acceptance and tolerance, not referring to women as idiots. 100% agree. Okay, I did it as well, but and it's not just women, it's other people. Even though we come across, you know, George Carlin's sketch is brilliant, right? Scatter song, hello chycho, hey chycho, hope you're well. Thanks, thanks scatter song, I'm doing well. But just in regards to George Carlin, there's a little sketch he says he has that's math related, and I use this a lot. And his little sketch, if you've never heard about George Carlin, if you've never seen his stand-up, it's worth watching. On the same level as Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks and George Carlin, same level. I personally lean towards Bill Hicks a little bit more because he's a little more intense, in my opinion, more darker. But George Carlin has a little bit of a sketch that he says, just imagine how, again, apologies if I'm calling anybody stupid or whatever it is, but you know, it is what it is. It's George Carlin. But he says basically, just imagine how stupid the average person is, and realize that half the people in the world are dumber than the average person. And that gives you a certain mathematical perspective if you look at charts and averages and stuff like this and go, whoa, wait a second, right? I don't think you know, we're that low down in terms of intelligence as a society, but in terms of mob mentality, I think the bigger the group, the lower the common denominator goes, which is one reason I don't believe in centralized anything really, to a certain degree. Bill Hicks, Goat Boy is legendary. Goat Boy is legendary. Goat Boy is definitely out there, right? Goat Boy is Bill Hicks's Goat Boy is definitely a rude awakening for a lot of people, right? An idiot is an idiot in anybody, but to paraphrase Socrates, always remember that you don't really know anything. Yeah, you don't. Like for me, I'm pushing 50, I'm close to 50, right? I thought I had my stuff together in my you know, early 40s, and I did to a certain degree in early 40s. I'm still in my 40s, so I'll consider it still that way. But I thought I had my shit together in my 30s, and I look back at my 30s and I didn't know nothing, right? I didn't know anything. Well, nothing is double negative, I guess. I really didn't know anything. I had my head up my wherever in my 20s. Wow, I thought I knew everything in my 20s. What an idiot I was. In my teens, I thought it was super intelligence. What a dingling I was, right? So the older you get, the wiser you get if you've lived it right, if you realize that change is the name of the game, right? We have to learn and grow and stuff like that. The person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals. Ah, okay, is that Socrates? That's a great quote. I know you're in your 20s and 30s, can confirm. I I knew you in your 20s and 30s. Ah, Tango, how you doing? Yes, yes. And just to clarify, uh, we were both not the brightest people in the world, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for hanging around. Apologies about the quick live stream. I just want to make a little announcement, and just in case Kubo watches this later, hi Kubo. I'll see you guys Thursday, March 29th at 2:30 p.m. and we'll set up a grid so we can have our math pattern recognition game done, and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about while we're setting up the grid. That's actually a quote from the film Men in Black. Ah, Men in Black. Truth appears in strange places sometimes. 100%. And Men in Black was based on a comic book, right? Independent comic book. Hi. Okay. Nice. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys Thursday, 2:30 p.m. Thanks for popping by for a quick stream. Talk later. Bye, Sammy. You guys take care as well. You guys take care as well.